Cool, yeah, flown, what is flown? Flown is, it's kind of like half a rock concert, half a circus show. It's got something different to everyone else, I think. It's a show about the reality of people behind circus and how we came to be who we are today. And for me, it brings the boundaries away. If you see maybe a show like Cirque du Soleil and how otherworldly it is and how the makeup and the set and stuff, it makes it look like a different place. But with Flown, we bring it back down to just people. Yeah, here we are doing our thing. And it gives, for me, it gives the impression to anybody that anybody can be a circus performer. Yeah, and I feel like people get a real connection with it because all our stories come from the same places that everyone else has come from. Yeah. It's a special time, I think, for contemporary circus because traditional circus has had a massive history, and I feel like in this day and age it's coming to a close, the traditional circus style. I mean, it was in the 40s, kind of, it was the heyday of traditional circus. And the heyday of contemporary circus, I think, still isn't here. It's still kind of growing, and that's what excites me a lot about these kind of shows. And it's also amazing to find new ways of developing a show and developing circus, and it's a whole ever-growing kind of scenario in contemporary circus, which is wicked. Every show, every year is something new and something different. Yeah. Depends what you're doing. It depends what you're doing. For me, it's a little bit of a different kind of story. I trained parkour and free running, and I trained outside, and that's how my skills kind of developed into circus. And then, yeah, within circus, finding the wire and finding balance. You've got to be on it very consistently to keep your ability up, you know. Especially with things like acrobatics and things, you know, your body does get tired and gets worn, and you've got to keep stretching, you've got to keep conditioning to keep your body well and safe. Yeah. For me, I think the best moments for me is when things go wrong. I feel like when you do something again and again and again, it can become, it's never boring, but it becomes quite, you know, standard. But then when something goes a little bit wrong, you've got to be on the ball and you've got to be on point. And I did some shows years ago with No Fit State Circus, and it was an outdoor show called Barricade. And one show we did, there was like high winds, like 30-mile-an-hour winds coming at the stage, and I had to do a high wire act, and like, yeah, it was crazy conditions, but it was one of my most memorable shows because of the fact that, yeah, it was so out there, and yeah, it was really, yeah, really a moment to remember. It was terrifying, basically. I think today it shows the abilities of humans and what people can do, and I think today's an age where those boundaries are being pushed more and more and more. Like throughout the world of extreme sports, throughout many different worlds, we're always progressing, we're always pushing the boundaries, and I think contemporary circus speaks to a lot of people in that way, showing people that we can do incredible things with our bodies. And traditional circus always did that as well, but with the new format it gives a new kind of buzz to it. Yeah, it's hard to put your finger on, but yeah, I think that's why it's really important today. Man, like going down south, yeah, I love being, Worthing, Brighton, those kind of places, down the south of the UK. It's always good people, always open-minded people, and that excites me always about going down to the south of England and doing shows down there. My life changed in Brighton, I always say, you know, with different shows, and that crowd in Worthing and Brighton, they're just the best, yeah. Well, they all sound great, but my friends at Gorilla Circus, they're a great bunch. It's a great show. Flying trapeze, spectacular, and they've got some great tricks up their sleeves. And Hogs Wallops as well, a company owned by Massimiliano Rossetti, and that's a great show. They're a great bunch. They're really fun. Like, that's more of a family vibe, more of a family show, and a great one to take your kids to. Yeah, definitely.